Hey everybody, Cheryl here. And today I wanted to talk to stylists about listening with their eyes. Now, what do I mean when I say listening with their eyes? When we have a consultation with a client, we have verbal consultation and we have visual consultation, and they go on at the same time. And what happens is, because we've been trained to listen to what the client's saying, listen to what the client's saying. And if any of you have ever gotten to the end of a service and the client was not completely happy with the outcome, and you're standing there, you're thinking, but I did what she said. I did what she said. So we have to learn to listen with our eyes. So when I say listening with our eyes, we have to listen to what they say, because obviously that's important. But what if what they say is not matching up with what they're showing us? Then that's where we can come to the end of a service and have that dreaded moment where we're all excited. We've done exactly what they said, and boom, here we are. She's not happy. And we can't figure out why, because we did exactly what they said. So it's really, really, really important that what you're seeing visually is what you feed back to her. Here are a few examples of what has happened to me in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I had a client come in. She was a new client. She had messaged me. She had sent me pictures. I think we all go through those things. I try to keep that to a minimum, explaining to them that in person is so much better so that we can have complete clarity. So she sits down in my chair and we began to look at the images, and classic image that we're having to deal with right now, ultra blonde hair with dark shadow roots. And I said, tell me what you love about this picture. She said, the blonde. And I said, okay, so are you cool with the very dark shadow root? And she said, no, I don't want any dark roots. I said, okay, but this is the picture you're showing me. So just that one little thing, when I fed back to her what she was seeing and how my approach was going to be, created a lot of clarity right off the bat. Okay. Then I had another scenario, and this particular client wasn't a new client, and I knew this lady. This lady hates red. Absolutely doesn't want any red whatsoever in her hair. And I've known this for a long time. We keep the red out of her hair. It's not an issue. She said, I'm ready for a change. She shows me a picture. It was a beautiful, beautiful image of a model with beautiful, long, mocha brown hair with some beautiful red violet highlights in it, or lowlights, or whatever you want to call it, up against it. And I said to her, I called her by name, and I said, oh, so you're going to be a little daring on me this time. We're going to go for some red. She said, oh, no, I don't want any red in my hair. So I began to outline the pops of red in that image that I was looking at. And she said, oh, I didn't even see that red. And of course, in my mind, I'm going, how do you not see that red? The same thing you guys do, okay? But until I pointed it out to her, she didn't see it. And what I realized at that moment, what she was seeing was a beautiful image and an all-over look, and she was not dissecting it. So if they say to me, this is what I want, visually I'm seeing it. And visually I need to feed it back to her and explain it to her. I had one Saturday, and I've known this young lady since she was in junior high school. She is now approaching the young age of 30, and young's relevant to who you are, the young age of 30, and she is very, very, like, no changes. Let's keep it all just a nice, natural, cool, light blonde. And she had sent me this picture, and she asked me what I thought about it. I said, great, I'm all up for a change. And so when she gets to the salon, she says to me, she says, now, that's pretty close. I know I didn't pick out anything very different. She said, that's almost the same color as my hair is now. You know I don't move too far from my safe zone. And I said, I know, but based on what you just said, let's have a conversation. So she was speaking with her mouth, but I was looking at with my eyes, and that's where I was listening. And I had her stand up and turn around and hold a mirror and see the back of her hair in the mirror. And then I held the phone up next to her hair. And she could then visually see the difference between what she had asked me for, that she thought wasn't much of a change, but up against her hair was a change. And she said, "Oh, that's a bigger change than I thought it was." And I said, "But here's the cool thing. It's going to look amazing on you. And it's not such a big change that I don't think you can handle it, because I'm not going to take anywhere you don't want to go." So we have to pay close attention to what they're saying and listen with our eyes. I hope this helps bring some clarity to your consultations and teaches you to slow down and really think about what they're saying versus what they're showing us. Because the conversation that's going on in our head and the one that's coming out of our mouth cannot always be the same. Because sometimes in those moments, what's going on in my head absolutely cannot come out of my mouth. But what I can do is take what's going on in my head and what I'm listening with, which is my eyes, and I can bring complete clarity to the conversation and help her to understand where we're going with this service. Causes me to slow down and quit trying to formulate before the conversation is ever even finished, which I think we all have a tendency to do. I hope this helps. Look for me on Instagram at Color1Up, COLOR, the number 1, and the letters UP. And look for me on YouTube at Cheryl Segraves, SEGRAV as in Victory ES. And be looking in the next maybe 24 hours, maybe week and a half, for a live YouTube video on my version of color melting. I hope this helps everyone, and have a great day.